Okay, everyone. Where we left off in the last video was we were talking about our categories and putting them in our menu. And now I'm going to stay on that topic for just a minute. So I'm going to go back to our menus and just take a look at what we have so far. Now, the category structure of your site is very, very important. Okay, um, with the category structure and the categories, we are laying the foundation for what our site is going to be and what our site is going to do. When we do this category structure, this is what we're going to be telling Google. Hey, Google, this is what our site does, and what people can expect to learn when they come to our site. So the category structure is our foundation for our site. It will define what our site is going to be about. Now, once we have that, we need to start thinking about um, what we are going to do for people. Meaning, Google is all about questions and answers to questions. Okay, Google is when somebody types in something into Google, usually it's a question. What is this? How do I do that? Things like that. So we need to say to Google, if somebody types that in, hey, we have an answer right here. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is building a good foundation for our site of content that answers questions. Okay, so if we can do that right, if we can get that done, and then we can build other things around that that will actually help us get sales and things like that. But first, we need to answer questions people may have about the products or the like hunting calls, cameras, decoys, objects, whatever. We want to answer these questions. So I want to do like a little exercise here, and I do this is what I do when I'm building a niche site about any kind of niche or product. Okay, so what I want you to do is kind of separate yourself and pretend like you are a customer. Pretend like you are somebody that is wanting information about hunting calls, hunting cameras, things like that. Now, we're going to have two types of people probably. We're going to have people that are new to hunting, have never hunted, and really don't know what hunting calls are, what they're used for. And then we're going to have other people that are pretty experienced hunters, and they're going to want to know more detailed information like competition hunting calls. They're going to want to know things that are a little bit more advanced than what people who are new. Okay, so just think of yourself as the customer, and if you were a customer, what questions would you have? Okay, and a good way to get this started is to go and add a new page, and we're going to call this page FAQ, or frequently asked questions. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start listing questions that we may have, that we may think that customers have, or the question you would have if you were wanting information about this site. Okay, so we will go ahead and bring this down a little bit, and we're going to number it. Okay, so now we're going to start listing questions. So I'm not a hunter really. I've been hunting, but I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a hunter. And I've never used duck hunting calls or anything like that. I've used the cameras, but not. So if I was wanting questions, I would. One of my first questions would be, is what is a hunting call? I really don't know what they do. I really don't know how they work, or what they would do to help me in hunting. So you'll get the idea here. We're going to start listing questions. A good place to get ideas for what people are searching for is Yahoo Answers. So what I would do when I'm doing this is I would I would open a new tab, and I would go to Yahoo Answers. And I went over there yesterday and took a look, but what I would do is go here, and in the question up here where I click search answers, I'm just going to put hunting calls, and I'm going to see what people are talking about or what kind of questions they're asking. Okay, so you'll have a list of questions here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a look at these and see what people are asking about, and we will be able to integrate some of this stuff in our FAQ section. So let's go to the second page, and I guess that's all. Let's go back. I thought they had more pages down there. But anyway, you get the idea. We're going to try to get some questions. Okay, so try to get 10 questions lined up here of what you are going to be answering for on this site. Okay, so one of my other questions would be, what type of hunting calls are there? There are more than one. Okay, so we're going to put that as a question. Now, Yahoo Answers, we're going to get this. Now, another thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually do a search in Google. Okay, so we're going to do a search in Google. And I'm just going to put I'm going to put a question in. What are hunting calls? And I'm going to go down and see if there's any other deer hunting calls. Okay, coyote hunting calls. These are what people are searching for. And then I'll also look at the sites in the competition. But let's go and finish our FAQ page. So as an example, here's a question that we're going to put. So the person is new to hunting and he has a deer call question. Okay, he's asking if he should use deer calls or anything like that. So we're going to put this question in our site. Okay, so well, let's put, do I need a deer hunting call? Now keep in mind, we're just putting a list together. Here's a question about a specific product that we will probably put on our FAQ eventually. Then it's talking about the Fox Pro hunting call, and these will be product oriented, and we'll be linking these to probably product review pages. But we'll go ahead and put that on there. Now you can make the question any way you want it. I'm just making it here so that I'll know what it is. We may revise the question later, but again, right now we're just making a list. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put another question. This is one that's popular around for these people. And where can I get free hunting calls? Most of them are wanting to download MP3 hunting calls, so we want to put that on here, even though it's not going to be a commercial type question because they're looking for free, but we can always upsell them to a paid hunting call. So just to show you a few other questions that I have, we left off with where can I get free hunting calls, what are the best turkey hunting calls, I'm hunting coyotes, do I need a coyote hunting call, and what are the best duck hunting calls. We're going to put also what are the best deer hunting. We got, do I need a deer hunting call? We're going to put what is the best deer hunting calls also. Okay, so I'm looking at this question. The question is, what is your preferred predator hunting call? And I'm also looking down here, and I guess they have different kinds. Big mouth. If you're a hunter out there, if you're laughing at me, that's fine. But I don't know this stuff. So they have mouth calls and electronic calls. Okay, so we need to integrate mouth calls and electronic calls into our either our category structure and keyword structure. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to go back and actually put them on my FAQ. Okay, so that way I'll have them and I'll remember to take a look at them when I'm putting keywords together. Okay, so you want to get a list of questions that you feel comfortable with to get started with on your site, because we're going to be building the foundation concerning these questions, and this is what Google wants. And now remember, we're going to be adding to this, but we just want to get a good list to get started here. And once you're done with that, we can go ahead and publish this particular page, and we'll get it set up in the menu. So we're just going to click on publish. Now at this point we'll be able to start adding content based on these questions here. So now you have a clear plan set out of what kind of content that you're going to start your site off with. Okay, so we'll stop this video and then we'll pick up in the next.